Dear student, I am taking your lecture number 7 for paper PH 3501. Topic is transistor characteristics. Transistor characteristics. We have discussed about common emitter characteristics, and we have seen the also permissible area for to operate the common emitter configuration. Today we want to see about the common base characteristics. Common base characteristics. In last lecture, just I start about the input characteristics of the common base. So today we'll discuss about input and output characteristics for common base. The circuit diagram to obtain input and output characteristics for the common base is as shown in figure. You can see here, this is your, just for change I am using a PNP transistors. In previous we have used NPN transistor. To measure the output current and output voltage, we are connecting the current meters. These are current meters. These are voltmeter. This is a collector. This is a base. This is input current meters. This is input voltmeter I am connecting here. This is VEB. Okay. To vary the voltage, it is required to connect potentiometer circuit. So I am connecting potentiometer circuit. This is a potentiometer circuit. Here also, for the output characteristics, to vary the output voltage, we have to use a potentiometer circuit. This is your PNP. Base emitter in forward bias, emitter should be connected to the positive because it is a P-type material, so it is positive. Current will flow in this direction, so I am connecting here plus and minus. Current is flowing like this, current is flowing like this, so this is your plus and this is your minus. Here output is in a collector is in a reverse bias, so this should be connected in a reverse bias. P-type material should be connected to negative, so it is a reverse bias. So I am using minus and plus sign. This is a meter. This is also meter which measures collector current. This measures the collector base voltage. This measures the emitter base voltage. This is plus and minus sign. This is emitter. This is the circuit diagram. This is your circuit diagram. This is your circuit diagram to obtain input and output characteristics. Already last time we have discussed input characteristics. Just to make a continuation of the lecture, I am discussing input characteristics again. So listen, this is a circuit diagram to obtain the input and output characteristic. The characteristics is the graph of current versus voltage. The input characteristic is the graph of input emitter current versus input emitter base voltage for a constant value of collector base voltage. The output characteristics is the graph of output collector current with output collector base voltage for a constant value of emitter current. Let us see first input characteristics. First input characteristics. With the help of this potentiometer, with the help of this potentiometer, say R2, say R2. With the help of R2, keep this as 0 or keep any desired value. So keep VCB 0. Vary the value of emitter base voltage in a suitable step and note down the corresponding value of emitter current. Again, keep VCB at fixed value. For your understanding, I am writing 0. Vary the emitter base voltage with the help of potentiometer R1 and note down the corresponding value of the emitter current. So, I am changing my VEB and noting the IE. Different value I have taken. Repeat this procedure for another value of collector base voltage. The graph of emitter current versus emitter base voltage is shown in the figure. This is your graph I am showing you. This is for VCB is equal to 0 volt and this VCB is 2 volt or greater than 1 volt. Okay. Now, this graph, what is conclusion from this? You can say this graph is similar to the forward bias diode characteristics. Second, certain minimum value is required, certain minimum value of voltage between emitter base is required for conduction of the transistor. If you want to conduct, certain this value is what required. Third, see this point. Look here. I am keeping emitter base constant. I am keeping this as constant. As you increase this, emitter current increases. You can see here. Emitter base is constant. As you increase the collector base voltage, the emitter current increases. That I am discussing now. Look here. This value you are keeping constant, emitter base voltage. As you increase the collector base voltage, this current increases. Reason is that, see, this is your NPN transistor base. See, this is your, we have taken PNP, so I will discuss according to PNP. This is your PNP transistor. This is your base, this is your collector, this is your emitter. Okay. Here, this is your VCB voltage. This is your emitter current. Now, as VCB increases, this is your reverse bias voltage. This is your reverse bias voltage. As VCB increases, The depletion layer here, this depletion layer at collector base junction increases. As VCB increases, depletion layer at collector base junction increases. So, width of the base region, so width of base region decreases. As a result, ammeter current increases. That this you can see in the graph. See in this graph, as VCB increases from 0 to 2, your ammeter current increases from I1 to I2. This is due to this reason. What is the reason? As collector base voltage increases, that is reverse bias voltage increases, so depletion layer at this junction increases, depletion layer at collector base increases, so width of the base decreases, so possibility of the recombination of the charge carrier with the charge carrier of N will be decreases, so ammeter current increases. Due to these reasons, this reflect in the graph. You can say it reflect in the graph. This graph it reflect. Now, what is final conclusion? Certain minimum value of the voltage is required for the conduction of transition. Let us discuss now output characteristics. Sir, what is output characteristics? Output characteristics means the graph of output collector current. The graph of output collector current with collector base voltage at constant ammeter current is called output characteristics. What is the procedure? Very simple procedure. Keep this value fixed. Keep this value fixed. 2 milliampere, 4 milliampere, your choice. 2 milliampere, say I want to give what 100 microampere, I do not mind, but this should conduct. You can give a such a current, this should conduct. So keep this is fixed, say 2 milliampere. Output characteristics. I am keeping ammeter current fixed. Just to explain you, I am taking 2 milliampere and vary the collector base voltage in a suitable step and note down the corresponding value of the collector current. What I am doing? I am doing this ammeter current. This ammeter I am keeping your fixed, keeping 2 milliampere with the help of R1, or you can say by adjusting this value of the voltage. So this you have to keep 2 milliampere, vary the collector base voltage in a suitable step and note down the value of the collector current. Which voltage? 0.01, 0.02, 0.03, 0.04, 0.05, like so 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.7, 0.8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 volt, and note down the corresponding value of the collector current. Repeat this procedure for a different value of the ammeter current. The graph of collector current versus collector base voltage for a different value of ammeter current is shown in the figure. This ammeter current is 2 milliampere I am writing here. This ammeter current I am writing 4 milliampere. This ammeter current is what? 6 milliampere. This ammeter current is 8 milliampere. You can take any value. This portion generally nobody is obtaining. If you are having a digital voltmeter having a lower range, then you can obtain high resolution. You can obtain. Otherwise, most of the students, if you connect the analog meter, most of the students are getting such kind of the graph. 2 milliampere, 4 milliampere, 6 milliampere. This is your collector current, VCB. This is you are getting when VCB is less than 0.1 volt. That's why I use a word. Keep your this voltage 0.01, 0.02. You might have remembered this. Just now I use this. Keep 0.01 volt. That if you are using a digital meters, with a lower range, you have to keep in a lower range. This is a 1 volt range, so you can adjust 0.01, 0.02, 0.03. Keep this as 2 milliampere. So in this range, you will vary this and note down the corresponding value of the collector current. Then you will get graph of collector current versus VCB as shown in figure. So what this graph shows that already you know that the ammeter current is nearly equal to collector current. Why? Because what you are adding, ammeter current is nothing but the base current plus collector current. This is very, very small. So we are writing ammeter current is nothing but the collector current. That you can see in this graph. This you can see in this graph. So this is nearly, this you can say, this is nearly about your 1.98, or it is like so. So ammeter current, almost horizontal graph you are getting. As VCB increases, this is IC is almost constant, means IC does not depends upon this voltage. Which voltage? Collector base. This is almost horizontal. Conclusion is that output resistance for common base configuration is very large, because variation in the current is very, very less. Okay. So this is almost horizontal, like this you are getting. Let us see why you are getting this. What the reason for this? To see why you are getting this, for that I am telling you. Why you are getting this? Let us discuss on this. Your ammeter base is forward bias. Your ammeter base is forward bias. Okay. So this charge carrier is already entering this base region. Here you have kept the zero voltage. This is a zero voltage. At zero voltage, you are getting some current, that I am explaining why you are getting this current at zero voltage. This is very, very less value of the current. Remember, this current is very less. But why you are getting, that I am telling you here. This is in forward bias. So this charge carrier can easily cross this depletion layer. But due to internal potential barrier at this point, due to internal potential barrier at the depletion layer, this charge carrier will enter into the collector. and due to this charge carrier some current will be obtained here IC, even though you are keeping this as 0 voltage. So due to internal potential barrier at the collector base junction, we are getting some current in a collector, even though you are keeping collector base voltage 0 with ammeter in forward bias. So from these characteristics, conclusion is that output current IC is always less than the input current. This so that this configuration, this common base configuration does not provide gain in a current, does not provide gain in a current. Okay, here is this end of this topic. I am discussing next topic. Forward current ratio. Forward current ratio for common base configuration. This is the title of the topic. The output characteristics of a common base configuration is shown in the figure. This is a just now we have shown ammeter current is 2 milliampere. This is ammeter current is 4 milliampere. Ammeter current is 6 milliampere. This is your ammeter current is 8 milliampere, and this is his VCB is less than 0.1 volt. See, this is very less value. Remember, this value is very less. This is very less, and this value is nearly about 1.98. This is a 2 milliampere, so collector current is always less than ammeter current. So maximum collector current is what? Maximum is 1.98. Just I am telling you, it is less than 2 milliampere. What is maximum collector current for this? It less than, maximum current is less than 4 milliampere. Suppose in an experiment, suppose you are doing the experiment and this current you are getting more than this. So remember, there is some calibration mistake in a meter. This current cannot be more than this. So take care. Either some potentiometric arrangement you have to check, or this voltage you have to check, this voltage you have to check. So this current is always less than this. Now I want to discuss about the forward current ratio. The graph of output collector current versus output collector base voltage for a different value of the emitter input current is shown in the figure. This graph indicates that output current is always slightly less than the emitter current. Slightly less than. So this configuration does not provide current gain. Current gain for a common base is defined by symbol alpha. Alpha is always less than 1, means it is 0.95, 0.98, 0.96, 0.97, like so. So current ratio, or you can say current gain, is defined by two ways. One is DC current gain and second is AC current gain. The DC current gain, I am discussing first DC current gain. DC current gain for common base is the ratio of output static value of the collector current to the input static value of the emitter current at a constant value of collector base voltage. Listen, the DC current gain for common base is the ratio of static value of the collector current to the static value of the emitter current for a constant value of collector base voltage, or you can say it's a ratio of DC value of the collector current to the DC value, it is a ratio of DC value of the collector current, DC value of the output collector current to the DC value of the input emitter current at a constant value of the VCB is called current gain, DC current gain, alpha DC. Second, alpha AC. It is a ratio of change in output collector current to the corresponding change in input emitter current for a constant value of VCB. The current gain alpha AC or AC current gain is defined as the ratio of change in output collector current to the corresponding change in a input emitter current for a constant value of the collector base voltage. Remember, alpha AC and alpha DC is nearly equal. So we are writing alpha. So you are getting a less in current gain. Now question, so what is the benefit for this? You can see what is the benefit that I am showing you. What is the benefit? This is your common base configuration. Output current is less. So what I am doing? If I connect here RL, if I connect the RL, this is your input resistance, say RE. Just to explain you nothing, to explain you one line, I am discussing this much. I have given the input signal. We know that current gain alpha is less than 1. To obtain the voltage gain, what we are doing? We are connecting RL in an output circuit. This value of the RL is very large compared to the input resistance RE. The output resistance RL is very large compared to the input resistance RE. So voltage drop across this, output voltage drop across the RL, output voltage drop across RL is large compared to the input voltage drop across RE. So output voltage, if output resistance is higher than the input resistance, then output voltage is greater than the input voltage. So this circuit gives you voltage gain in a voltage. So voltage gain is greater than 1. We know current gain is less than 1, but voltage gain is greater than 1. Alpha is less than 1, but power gain is also greater than 1. So by selecting the proper value of the load resistor, you can get a gain in a output voltage or gain in your out voltage. So this circuit provides you the gain a voltage. Understand? Here your very small discussion on the base on the topic of current ratio. Next topic I want to discuss the basic common base amplifier circuit. So what I want to discuss here, which components are required if you want to get the gain. Same we discuss in a basic common emitter amplifier circuit. So today I want to discuss what is the basic common base amplifier circuit. In a common emitter amplifier, gain is always greater than 1. Voltage gain is greater than 1. Power gain is greater than 1. But this circuit is not suitable for the high frequency. For high frequency, at high frequency, in a common emitter configuration, gain decreases. Common base circuit provides very good results, at high frequency. So, it is advisable to use the common base configuration if someone want to get gain in a high frequency. So let us see the basic common base amplifier circuit that I am showing you here. This is your basic circuit is shown in the figure. This is your load resistor RL. This is your base. This is your collectors. This is your emitter. This is your resistor RE, which provides the necessary bias current to the circuit. This is your reverse bias, we know this, so we are connecting like this. This is N, P, N, sorry, this is your P, N, P, so I am connecting the reverse bias. This is in forward bias. From this I am giving you my input signal which is to be amplified. This is to be amplified. This is the resistance of this signal source, and here you are taking the output voltage. This is your basic circuit diagram of a common base amplifier circuit. So in this circuit, this provides necessary value of the bias current. How much? With the help of this you will give here the 0.7 volt or 0.3 voltage. If it is made up from silicon, this voltage is 0.7. Is a germanium, this voltage of the order of 0.3. These are coupling capacitors which allow only AC. DC is blocked. If any DC is coming here, any DC by mistake here, that DC will be blocked by this. Only AC will come. These also block the DC, allow only AC amplified signal. Which DC is coming from this? This allows only AC, and you will get here amplification. So this is your input signal, input voltage signal. You will get your amplified output signal like this. Okay. So this is called bias resistor RE. This is called load resistor across which output voltage is developed. This is your coupling capacitors. This is your coupling capacitor. This is a source resistor. Here AC signal will come. This DC will come. Here you will get AC plus DC both. AC plus DC both. With the help of this, you will get amplification. Or you can say, this emitter current is what getting here collector current. We know that collector current is less than emitter current, but due to the variation in a current, your current is also vary. This variation in the current is also vary. Current multiplied by RL is called voltage. RL is very large. RL is very large. RL is very large. So output voltage across this is very large. So this provides the gain in a voltage, and also it provides the voltage gain is large, power gain is large, but current gain is less than 1. So this is called basic circuit of a common base amplifier. What things are required? I told you basic parameter. What are the basic component? This is bias resistor to use the circuit in a middle point of the load line. This is called load resistor, across which output voltage is developed. This is your coupling capacitor, which block the DC allow only AC. This is also coupling capacitors. So these are the basic component is required. Here I am keeping end of my lecture. Thank you.